Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue, and I'm back for a little quick chat about a recent video circulating of a substitute teacher getting into a physical altercation with a teenager. Okay, and I'm only gonna play the beginning. I'm not gonna play the whole thing because it will very likely get flagged. So I don't want those types of stress problems. So we just gonna click and we gonna see. Let's go. Okay. So they will fight for a while longer. Okay. It ends up on the floor. And what ends up happening is this grown woman that is twice the size of this child pins the child down on the ground to stop her from continuing to hit her. The woman's buttocks is slightly exposed because her dress is all riled up now that she's fighting on the floor with this child. And she's yelling for somebody to get a teacher. Somebody get a teacher. Everybody has had a comment on it. A lot of people feel like the substitute teacher should have controlled herself better. Let me see. Here are some of the comments. I feel like there's a better way the sub could have handled that situation. The student didn't appear to have engaged her in a threatening manner. She was persistent in demanding her property back, but the sub turns aggressive and raises her hand, objects at her. Number 2, there's a clear size advantage. She's at least twice as big as her. What's the worst thing that could happen if she gives the phone back? You would simply still contact the principal, counselor, or SRO to escort her out of the class for being disruptive. It's still a sad situation, but the adult could have handled it differently, in my opinion. Someone else said, don't be a teacher if you don't know how to handle situations like these with these kids. Pushing a child, teen, and then fighting was extremely immature and unprofessional regardless of who did it first. So now we'll most likely never be able to substitute teach again. Okay? Teacher could have been dressed more appropriate. I don't care what anybody says. You think young male students aren't going to feel a certain way seeing you come to school like that. I'm taking a deep breath because I really hate that comment. I do agree that she could have had a longer dress on for rolling around on the ground with the teenager. But I also feel like I knew teachers back in the day that didn't dress like this, and the male students still wanted to smash. That's rape culture to me, for you to insist that in order for young men to control their hormones, a woman has to change the way she dresses. And it's not that I don't feel like teachers should be appropriately dressed in schools, but I don't like how Joel Sanchez, official, thinks that this grown woman should dress differently so that these young males don't get turned on by her. Like, they're gonna get turned on because they're teenagers, first of all. Also, that is not the subject matter of this video. So the fact that that's what he pulled out feels like rape culture. Seems like you're already setting up a reason to make it okay to assault some woman. From there, child should have respect, adult should have self-control. Everybody feels like this. Y'all, I'm sorry, but I personally feel like this is why I'm not a teacher. I shouldn't be a teacher, because if you think you're going to come up to me and snatch something out of my hand, that's physical, y'all. That little girl, seeing this woman twice her size, walked up to her, tried to snatch something from her hands as if she was a child. And when the woman told her to back up out of my personal space, the child then takes her arm and swings it at the grown woman, and the grown woman, having faster reflexes, blocks her. The young girl then continues to try to hit the teacher. The teacher then starts to fight back at this point because her hair is being pulled and she's being hit. So her response is to now fight back. But eventually, when she get the little girl pinned down, she is not still hitting her. She has her pinned down and she's telling them, somebody call for help. Somebody call for help. So I personally feel like I'm not mad at the substitute teacher. Maybe she shouldn't be a substitute teacher anymore. Maybe that first comment I read about her giving her the phone back was the right thing. I don't know. But if I tell you put the phone up and you know a consequence of you not putting the phone up is you getting it taken, then why do you then feel as if you can forcibly remove the phone from the teacher's hands? This is where we're going to have a disagreement, y'all. I'm sorry. Because as soon as that little girl, that teenager decided she wanted to haul off and hit this lady, that is when her getting her ass whipped was appropriate for me. It was appropriate. I'm sorry. And we should, have the little girl go to therapy, make sure she's okay. It's a traumatizing situation, but you have got to learn that you cannot put your hands on everybody. And I don't know why you thought that grown-ass woman was going to get bodied by you. I don't know why you thought that, young lady, but I personally feel like that was a lesson you needed to learn that day. I'm sorry. She tried to hit her first, y'all. And the lady blocked it. And then the little girl kept trying to hit her. Like, I don't know what y'all wanted her to do. I feel like, giving her the phone back. Maybe she should have done that. But I just personally feel like this is why I'm not a teacher. Because you're not going to convince me that just because someone is an adult, that a child, a teenager, I'm not talking about a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old. This is somebody that's 14, 15 years old. They can hit me and I'm just supposed to what? Turn the other cheek? Girl, I don't know what y'all thought was supposed to happen, but it's why I'm not a teacher right now. The Lord meant right. The Lord meant right when he sent me to do things in rooms by myself. Because when I tell y'all this right here, like, I honestly felt good at the end of it when she was holding her head down to the ground and the little girl was screaming to get off her. And I'm just kind of like, you shouldn't have never hit that lady. I don't know what you thought you was fitting to do. But I blame the parents for not teaching their child any home training. You don't hit an adult because you want your phone back. Like, that's not how that's supposed to go. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not progressed enough to feel like this is all the adults' fault. I'm just not. I'm sorry, y'all. This is one of them times where that little girl knew very much that she could possibly get her ass whipped by this teacher, and she still decided to hit her. I don't know. Feel like she needs to learn that lesson. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm sure y'all tell my ass up down in the comments below. Can't wait to read them. Psych. Like, comment, subscribe. See y'all in the next one.